What is shagging? Happy Monday to you. Thought we'd do a little quick afternoon show here on a Monday. Wednesday, Friday, we're planning on doing backyard interviews, so we'll have that for you. And we might, based on his availability, might have a little IG Live Pablo segment tomorrow. We got the Stanley Cup finals coming up. We got the NBA finals coming up. We're gonna need some Pablo picks as we get to the NBA finals, Stanley Cup finals. Well, let's get right into it. I got a baseball thought that I wanted to throw out there, and also get to the NBA finals and do a little prognostication on the NBA finals. This was the NBA finals. If you love basketball, you wanted this one because this is going to be a fun series. This should be up and down basketball, a lot of ball movement, more by the Pacers. Pacers aren't like sometimes the Thunder, get the ball to Shea and just let him do his stuff. But Indiana moves the ball. That ball is hopping, and that's just fun basketball to watch. So from a basketball fans perspective, this is the series. Like, what do I give a rat's ass about what the networks want or what the country wants? I don't care. Well, in terms of basketball, maybe other things, I don't know. But this should be a good series, should be a fun series. Hopefully it's a 6-7 game series. I think there's a possibility that it may be, although OKC is really, really good. And again, the one concern I had about OKC was the experience. And now that they've got that experience, I mean, game 4 for them was probably it against Denver, down 2-1, down at the end, in the fourth quarter, and came back and won that game, and then went on to win the series in 7. That was a huge. You look at the odds right there. That is a massive, massive favorite. The last time somebody won as a plus 500 or more dog was the Pacers, or not the Pacers, the Pistons, back against the Lakers in the early 2000s. I can't remember what year that was. I should know. I was doing the games. Actually, I was doing studio for those games, but I did the Eastern Conference Finals that year. I think that might have been Pistons Nets, maybe. Can't even remember who it was. I think it was Pistons Nets. All I remember is from that series, I was doing the studio and I was doing the games. So I was up in the studio, and then after the pregame was over, I had to go straight down the stairs as they're playing the national anthem, disrespectful, and get to courtside where we're calling the games. And I just remember our producer, Eddie, he's like, what are we doing? Why do we have a guy doing the pregame and the game? So we're doing the pregame, and then I'm trying to get to the game and make sure I'm there, so I could do the stuff for get ready for the game. And he's in the truck going, "We stink. What are we doing? We got our guy running down the stairs." So yeah, I was calling the games and doing pregame. No, I didn't go up for halftime. At least I was spared that. I didn't have to run back upstairs for halftime. But so it's been a while since a dog of this size has won the NBA Finals. And look, it's going to take great effort from the Pacers. Great effort. But look what they've done. I mean, they beat the Cavs. They beat the Knicks. They beat the 1 seed, the 3 seed. And I've stated this on the show a few times now. They've been good since about 30 games into the season when they're, kind of hovering around 500, and they weren't great. But that's a really good basketball team. It's a really solid basketball team, and they play a fun style. They got a star in Halliburton. Siakam is an absolute stud. They got 2 perimeter defenders that get after and Neesmith and Nembhard. Nembhard's wild, by the way. This dude shot 29% from 3 in the regular season. He's shooting 49% now in the playoffs from 3. It surprised me he shot 29% because I thought he was a better shooter than that. Well, during the playoffs, he has been a better shooter than that. So I still think the difference is going to be, and again, as always, when you're playing the Thunder, the turnovers kill you. You can't turn the ball over against them. Now, that's easier said than done because their hands and feet are so active and they have defenders at all levels. They got guys out there on the perimeter, right? They got Dort and Shea. Shea would be a better defender if he didn't have to score 30 a game, if he wasn't their leading scorer, but he's a solid defender. You got Dort, you got Williams, you got Holmgren, you got Wallace, you got Caruso, you got Wiggins, you got Hartenstein. I mean, they are loaded, and you have to hit shots against this team. It is so hard to get to the paint against this team. Main reason, they have guys that can keep you in front of them. That's the point of attack defense. That's where the Warriors have struggled so much the last few years, is that their defense gets broken down, and then you get in rotation, and it's pass, pump fake, dribble drive, pass, dribble, and then all of a sudden it's a wide open corner three or a layup. Not only does Oklahoma City keep you in front of them, but if you do beat them, they have the ability, the foot speed, and the length to recover to those shots and make it challenging for you. And I've said this before as well. As a team, they got the best hands I've ever seen as a team. Their hands are everywhere. It's like going through a buzzsaw trying to get to, I mean, they got guys swiping and then guys reaching from the other side. I mean, they're really, I mean, look, of course they're good. You look at their numbers say that they're really good, but they have a team. They fit together perfectly. You got your stud scorer in Shea. You got your second scorer in Jalen Williams, and he's a mid-range, get to the rim. He can hit the three. Holmgren can hit the three. He can get to the rim off the bounce, and then he's incredible defensively at the rim. At the rim, the guy is a wall. It doesn't look like a wall, but he's a wall at the rim. So Oklahoma City is going to, I think, like if you're Indiana, you have to get to the open court, which is perfect for them because that's what they do, right? They are a team that loves getting up and down, loves getting the ball to Halliburton, and they're probably the best in the league at passing ahead. You watch them, that ball's hopping. It's boom, boom, and it's ahead. And if someone's open, it's ahead again. They're not catching it and putting the ball on the ground and pounding the ball or dribbling the ball. Ball moves much faster if it's traveling through the air than when you're dribbling it. And so they just get the ball and they go. Halliburton as well as anybody. Now, where they're going to struggle is they're not as good, not nearly as good defensively as Oklahoma City. I don't think they're as deep as Oklahoma. They're not. I know they're not as deep as Oklahoma City defensively. Like they got a really nice starting five. Their starting five is really good. Halliburton, Nemhart, Neesmith, Turner, and Siakam. That's a tremendous starting five, right? Then you come in with McConnell off the bench, Obi Toppin coming in off the bench, whether it's Bradley or Bryant coming in as a backup five. Now Bryant's a little wackadoodle, but he can hit a three. For those who don't know who Bryant is, he's the guy that was in the picture posted up asking for the ball when LeBron hit a shot to break Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time scoring record. It's like, I'm open. Give me the ball. It's like, bro, read the room, okay? My man's about to break the all-time scoring record. But no, I mean, their team is a really solid team. They all play the same way. They all understand the ball moves faster than people, and they're moving it, and they're hopping it, and they can hit threes. Siakam's almost 40%. Halliburton's almost 40%. I mentioned Nemhart in the playoffs is on fire. Neesmith can hit threes. Turner can hit threes. So if they hit threes and if they don't turn the ball over a ton, they're going to have a chance against Oklahoma City because I think the confidence they're playing with right now and with Halliburton kind of conducting things, Now, for those of you that haven't watched a ton of basketball leading up to the finals, Halliburton's a guy where he could have 19 shots one game and 4 the next. He's probably going to be in that 13-14. He's not a big time scorer. That's not who he is. That's not what he's about. He wants to get everybody involved. He's almost like a true point guard in that sense. Like, that's his mindset. So he's going to look to distribute and then score when the opportunities avail themselves. And he'll shoot the three. He gets to the lane, and he's got good length. So when he gets to the lane, he can score in the lane. He can score at the rim. He can score, from 10, 12 feet. So I wish you guys could see Lulu right now. She's like, oh, the bunny is doing something, and I'm not sure what Lulu is like very aroused right now about what's going on over there. Lou, what are you doing over there? Leave the bunny alone. Jeez. Bunny's probably like, yo, it's a beautiful day in Alameda. Leave me alone. What are we doing? So Indiana's gonna have to hit threes, not turn it over, play with pace. I expect these games to be in the 120s, 115 and above. And I think that's probably okay with OKC, although they can play the grimy games as well. But Indiana, I think to win, they're going to have to be in the 110s minimum, 115s, better if it's 120s. But Oklahoma City can play that way too. It's not like Oklahoma City doesn't have a style that they can't thrive in. Again, because they like to get out and go as well. And they're not as good a three-point shooting team as the Pacers, but they volume you. They shoot a lot of threes. And when they get it cranked up from three, then you're in deep trouble. Because Shea's as good as there is in the game at the mid-range, as good as there is at the game of getting to the rim. Williams, good in the mid-range, good at getting to the rim. And that's the one thing this team has. They have mid-range scorers. A lot of teams don't have that because teams don't like that anymore. Teams don't want mid-range scorers anymore. In the playoffs, when teams can scout you and really dig in and get into you, you got to be able to hit that mid-range shot. They're not going to give you wide open threes like you got during the regular season. And if they're good at stopping you from getting into the restricted area, you better be able to pull up and hit that shot. That was the secret to the Warriors back in the day. They could shoot the three ball, but they were the best mid-range game, and they had the best mid-range team in the game. Steph, great from mid-range. Clay, great from mid-range. KD, maybe at the time, the best in the game from mid-range. Even Draymond back then was hitting those little push shots from the lane. So it wasn't all threes for them. It was, hey, we'll take the best shot available, and if it happens to be a three, that's great. If it's not a three, then we're not going to force it. We'll take 2 dribbles in and shoot a 15-footer, 13-footer. That's fine by us. OKC has that. So I think for OKC, I think this is about as good a matchup as you could hope for. It's a team that loves to get out and run, which they can do. Your depth will come into play during this series. They can get all over Halliburton, full court, pick him up, and not have to worry about guys getting tired because they have multiple guys that can do it, and they can just keep rotating. It could be Jalen Williams hounding him. It could be Wallace hounding him. It could be Dort hounding him. It could be Caruso hounding him. They just got waves of guys, that are all 6'4" to 6'6", 6'7" maybe, and just long and athletic. And it's going to wear on you. It is going to wear on them. So I expect OKC to get out and really, not try to slow it down, but even push the pace even harder to test Indiana's depth. So I thought Oklahoma City was the best team all year. I thought they'd win the West by 10 games. I thought that's how good they were. And they've done nothing to dispel that. So I'm absolutely taking Oklahoma City in this series. I'm going to take, hey, Lou. She won't leave the bunny alone for some reason. Oh, there goes the bunny. Bunny's running around. Bunny's back over here now. But what are you doing? I know. She's looking like Lou won't leave me alone. Lou's looking over there. Lou has no idea where the bunny went. It's like the old ball trick. Where you do this and then you hide it, and then Lou's looking for the ball right now. Like, where'd the ball go? And usually she doesn't mess with her, but I think Bunny was back there. Bronny was back there digging a hole. Lou didn't like that. We digging holes in my backyard. And so she's just chilling back there. I don't know how many games. Who knows? I mean, if you guys want to call games, call games. It just gives me another chance to be wrong. And I see, why do I got to tell people how many games they're going to win in? I can be right, and then I can be wrong at the same time. I don't want to be right and wrong. Who's OKC's best defender? I don't know. Is it Dort? Is it Williams? Is it Caruso? I mean, Caruso's a guy that guards centers and point guards. He was guarding Jokic during the Denver series. So, I mean, I guess you have to say Dort. Dort was first team all defense this year. I think Jalen Williams was third team all defense this year. But Caruso's a stud too defensively. He didn't play enough minutes. I don't think Holmgren played enough either. He would have been all defense. Holmgren might be their best defender. That's the thing. They got a whole bunch of dudes that can defend. Like every time I pick out Indiana, right, I say Neesmith and Nembhard. Now, Siakam can defend too. Siakam's a pretty good defender. But those two in particular on the perimeter. But Oklahoma City just has a bunch of those guys. So that's the difference in this series is going to be defense. I think offensively, Oklahoma City Indiana might actually be better offensively than Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City can have some, droughts where they're just not hitting shots and are unable to get to the rim. So they can struggle a little bit. They generate a lot of their offense off turnovers. So they'll turn you over and then they go. And they're gone. So I would say for Indiana, 14 turnovers is about the max. You're going to turn it over some. I mean, Indiana plays at such a high pace and then going up against OKC, they're going to turn it over some. They just are. That's the great thing about having Halliburton, though. Halliburton didn't turn the ball over a whole lot. He's great at protecting the ball, and he has the ball in his hands a lot. So that should help that he's not a guy that turns it over a lot. But that's just what OKC does. They led the league in forcing turnovers, also led the league in committing the fewest turnovers. And so that's just such a devastating combo to turn you over 6 more times and they turn the ball over. So, but I like OKC. Somebody just brought up the point, and I agree with him, that Rick Carlisle is a really good coach. Rick Carlisle has been to the finals as a coach and a player a number of times. This will be Dagnall's first trip. But I think he's been through the fires enough in these playoffs that he'll be ready. And the one big mistake I thought he made was the fouling too soon against Denver when they were up 3, and it was like 13 seconds left. They started fouling. I just thought that was a mistake. But other than that, I mean, this team is just dominant defensively. So OKC, I don't know how many games, but I think Carlisle will have something up his sleeve. And I think, again, so for OKC, what do you need to do? Like keys to the game, keys to the series? Just do what you do. I mean, literally just do what you do. And I think this series sets up beautifully for OKC. I think Indiana is like the perfect team for them to play. They're not super physical. They don't get into you, right? They're not going to bully you. They're going to play a style that you love to play. They're going to really get it up and down and play fast. And again, I think that really feeds into what OKC can do. But I don't know. There is a key for them other than just be who you've been the whole season, right? That's it. Just be who you've been the whole season. For Indiana, it's going to have to be limit turnovers somewhat. You're going to commit some turnovers, but you got to limit them. It can't be 18, 19, 20. You start getting up around that number, you are in deep trouble against Oklahoma City. And you're going to have to hit some threes. You're going to have to hit threes. I don't think there's going to be a ton of points in the paint available against OKC, the way they load up their defense and the way they really just kind of close down the gaps. You see gaps open and they close really quickly when you're playing OKC. So I think OKC. I know a lot of people are thinking, okay, this is the start of a run for OKC, but who knows? I mean, you never know. They haven't even won this one yet, and people already have them being a dynasty. Let's hold the horses a little bit. Let's let them win one first, and then figure it out from there. And it's never easy after that. You know, contracts, egos, all kinds of things come into play. But I mean, they're primed. I'll give them that. They're definitely primed for a bright future. And they had a kid this year. They drafted 12th last year. Didn't even play. Like I said, I think he's a point guard. I don't know his name, Nikolai Topic or something like that. And then they have a ton. They got. How great a trade was that? The greatest trade in NBA history, the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander trade. Not only do you get an MVP, you get all the draft picks to help you build the team. Are you done messing with the bunny now? Are we done? Well, say hi to everybody. No. Okay, stop. That's enough. Because you know why? It's getting close to 2:00. And when it gets close to 2:00, it means lose hungry time. So I know. Look, you're gonna get taken care of. Don't worry about it. I got you. I never forget. I think she thinks I'm gonna forget one of these days. I've remembered for about 9+ years now. So I got you, Lou. We got you. So yeah, OKC. We'll get to a little hockey. Maybe at some other point. I like the Panthers. I don't know if I'm going to root for the Panthers. I'd like to see McDavid get one, but Panthers are good. Panthers, I might take them. But I'll take the Panthers. I just think that again, I don't know it as in depth as basketball, obviously, but the key for me is Florida stay out of the penalty box and Edmonton being able to get the puck out of their own zone. Because once the Florida forecheck gets going, toast. One thing I wanted to bring up. So I'm watching Dodgers Yankees this weekend. Fun series to watch. I mean, like that's my childhood growing up watching the Dodger Yankees World Series. I was about 13, 14, 15, right in there when they played the 3 World Series. And don't tell me Reggie Jackson didn't do that on purpose. Reggie, you know you did that on purpose. Smart play though, you got away with it. I wasn't super happy, but it's fun to watch the Dodgers and Yankees play. And you don't get a lot of these, but that's what I like about the balanced schedule now. By the way, I'll get into this at some other point later on this season, but can we have one MVP now and one Cy Young? Do we need dual awards? We got as balanced a schedule as you can ever have. Everybody plays both leagues. The umpires are all the same. The rules are all the same. Okay, let's just get one MVP. And enough of this nonsense of having 2 MVPs. It's like having an Eastern Conference and Western Conference MVP in the NBA or in hockey. It's like we don't need it anymore. 1 MVP, 1 Cy Young, 1 Rookie of the Year. Can you imagine NFC, AFC, most valuable players? No, you couldn't because it'd be dumb. And now with baseball, why do we need 2 MVPs? Someone's going to have to explain that one to me. Well, we don't need 2 MVPs. Anyway, I'm watching Dodgers Yankees, and it was what you'd hope it'd be. I mean, the games weren't great. First game was the best game. Yankees got out to the lead. I mean, they just punished Gonsolin, and you figured it was over. And then they got back after Fried, and then just punished the Yankee bullpen. Shohei had a couple bombs that night. Judge had a bomb. They both had a bomb in the first. I think overall Shohei was 4 for 13 in the series. Judge was 4 for 13 in the series. Shohei had a couple home runs. I think Judge had 3 home runs and a double. And it got me thinking, like, Shohei signed his deal, right? $70 million and 2 guaranteed for now. And then he gets the rest after he retires. That's a nice little bonus to have when you retire. 68 million times what? 10? 680 million you're getting paid like when you retire. Like, thanks, we appreciate it. Trust me, he's worth more than that. He's probably worth 100 million plus just because of all the advertising. I don't know how much he's worth. I know he's worth more than they're giving him. It's specifically since it's 2 right now. But how about the Yankees? Did they get the deal of the century in Aaron Judge? $40 million for Aaron Judge? I mean, are you kidding me? Shohei deserves all he gets, and Shohei's probably worth more than Aaron Judge. But is he better than Aaron Judge? Yes, when he pitches, absolutely he is. There's no doubt. That's why Shohei's going to win every MVP from here until, well, the foreseeable future when he stops pitching. So, but as a hitter, is Shohei better than Aaron Judge? Because Shohei gets all the love, right? Everybody loves Shohei, and for good reason. Right? I got a chance to watch him just about every game when he was with the Angels. I don't watch as many Dodger games now, but I still watch some Dodger games because they're fun to watch. And Shohei's fun to watch. He's not even pitching yet. He's not really even running this year. I think he's got 11 stolen bases, on pace for right around 30. But he's definitely not going to have what did he have, over 50 last year. So I wanted to look up some numbers because Shohei's a guy, not that people don't talk about Judge, but again, I think for $40 million, it's hard to say somebody for $40 million, you got to steal. Yankees got to steal with this guy. He's incredible, and he's a solid outfielder too, if not a really good outfielder. So I looked this up just kind of for reference. For those of you that don't know what OPS plus is, it's OPS on base plus slugging that factors in the ballpark. And they give you a number. So 100 is a league average player. 150 is someone who's 50% better, supposedly, than a league average player. So I wanted to look up those numbers just to see, what they were over the last few years, because I thought they'd be pretty close between Ohtani and Judge. But again, Ohtani is the one that gets most of the shine because he pitches. And he had the 50-50. He runs too. Like, Ohtani's an incredible athlete. Incredible athlete. I don't think Judge is a bad athlete either. He's just not Ohtani. Who is? Who's 6'4", that big, and runs like that? I mean, he's incredible. Of course. So, I looked it up. And I wanted to look up Mike Trout first, because Mike Trout was a guy who was considered the best player in baseball for a number of years. Probably 8 straight years he's the best player in baseball. And look, I'm not talking about fielding. I'm not talking about running, which Mike Trout didn't do much of anyway. He had 49 stolen bases his rookie year, and then that was pretty much it. It's like, why would you stop? Maybe they knew he was going to get hurt all the time. I don't know, but he's back now. So Trout, 3 best years of OPS plus: 182, 198, 186. Those are pretty good numbers. I mean, those are monster numbers. 182, 198, 186. Shohei, the last 3 years, 185, 189, and then this year would be 192. So similar to those 3 years of Trout. Aaron Judge the last 3 years, 210, 225, and this year 249. 249. So it's not even close when it comes to hitting. And a lot of that is, he's batting 100 points higher than Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani's at 290. Judge is at 391. Do I expect him to stay there? No. I think his high is 322. But last year was 225. I mean, last year in OPA plus, it was 36 points better than Shohei, 225 to 189. And that was the monster year that Shohei had. And again, this doesn't factor in stolen bases. But you can't factor in defense because, Shohei doesn't play defense. So, you look at the league leaders this year, it's home runs. I think Cal Raleigh has 23. Shohei has 22. Judge is at 21. RBIs, I think Judge is the leader. Runs, I think it's Shohei is the leader. Hits, it's Aaron Judge. I mean, it's just, both these guys are incredible. But, and then I'm not saying Aaron Judge doesn't get a little pub. He does play for the Yankees after all. I mean, you turn on ESPN, it's Yankees, Dodgers. I get it. But Shohei is the man. And when Shohei gets back to pitching, look, then you look at more than OPS plus. You're going to look at WAR at that point and what you're worth to the team. But I if it's just hitting, I'd probably take Judge over Shohei Ohtani. In fact, I know I would take Judge over Shohei Ohtani. And that's why I thought, damn, 40 million's a bargain. 40 million's absolutely a bargain. I mean, you look at the contract Soto got. What was that, like 13 years, 700? It was insane. It's like close to $60 million a year. And again, I don't know what a guy's worth. There is no salary cap, so you don't have to look at that. I know they have like aprons and luxury tax and all that kind of stuff, but you look at what somebody brings in, and no one's beating Shohei Ohtani, not with the Japanese market. I don't know what the advertising dollars are that come in to the Dodgers because Shohei Ohtani is on their team, but it's got to be massive. Put it this way, they sign him to $700 million. There's no one in that organization that's thinking, man, you think we overpaid? No, I don't think you did. And then Aaron Judge, whose contract now, it looks like an absolute bargain. It looks like a ridiculous bargain. Because you can't tell me that Aaron Judge also shouldn't be in that 60, $65 million range. That's how good this guy is. And I bring this up because I was watching the series and it just kind of dawned on me like, God dang. You always think Shohei, but Aaron Judge, I mean, I know he's good, but when I look at the numbers, again, just hitting, it's not really all that close. He's a much better hitter than Shohei Ohtani. And he has been for 3 years now. If he's over 200 this year in OPS plus, that'll be 3 years in a row over 200 in OPS plus. Shohei has not had 1 year above 200 in OPS plus. Oh, and then I went down the rabbit hole and looked even further. Barry Bonds. It's a joke. It's just a joke. Especially when you look at the post juice years, the post juice usage, allegedly, I guess. But then you go back and look. He said, never forget, almost got Aaron Judge to the Giants. No, you didn't. Aaron Judge was never coming here. Aaron Judge used the Giants as leverage. He always was going to go back to the Yankees. And so you almost got Carlos Correa. Okay, I'll give you that. You almost got Carlos Correa. You didn't almost get Aaron Judge. And so I think he wanted a certain number from the Yankees, had to get out here and do a little tap dance to get it. And boom, he got that number from the Yankees. And so, but no, I mean, when I look at what he's able to do and where he's able to do it, I mean, the last 3 years, he's had 62 home runs and I think 58. I think he had 58 last year, 62 3 years ago. And so, anyway, and we'll get into a little more baseball too after the NBA Finals wrap up. Get into the Giants a little bit. They took 2 out of 3 from the Fish this weekend. I'd still love to see them go out, maybe get one more bat, because it just, it's like the same team. I mean, I think they're moving in the right direction. I will say that. And you look at their record, and Kyle Harrison pitched well this weekend. They're continuing to stretch him out a little bit, so it'd be nice to see him hopefully he stays in the rotation. Birdsong as well, and they flipped the closer role with Walker, and now Duvall's back in the closer role. But they need some guys, other than Lee and other than Ramos, and a little bit of Yaz to be able to step up. I mean, Adames, again, not worried about it, 7-year deal, but you get him going, get Chapman going a little bit, then I think you're in much better shape. And it's not about really. And Pippi just decided to pop into the picture. Hello, Pip. I guess all we need is Kit. I didn't get to see the bunny today, but the bunny was here too. So everybody's over here when I'm out in the corner. They just come over here and come check out the show. They're big fans. They don't subscribe because they can't, because they're animals. They can't get on there. They don't have cell phones. They don't have social media. All they have is me, apparently. And it's got to be, what time is it? It's got to be getting really close to 2, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. Oh, we're 9 minutes late. Holy smokes. Look at you. Yeah, I got both of them. This one's already eaten, so no big deal. The cat's already eaten. So anyway, yeah, but we'll do baseball. We'll get to some more baseball discussions as well after the finals. But Wednesday and Friday, not sure exactly what time. We'll let you know. We'll send it out on Twitter. Tomorrow, thinking about going out and doing a Pablo's picks. We got the NHL finals. We got the NBA finals. So we'll try to get something. Try to get some in the trash can. Get something in the can from Pablo. Get him going. We're going to be calling on him come NFL season. See if he can get some winners for everybody. So everybody have a great Monday. Enjoy. Today it is water. It's Monday. It's 1:30. Come on. All right, everybody have a. Oh no, you got to be kidding me. There was the bunny jumping up. I was gonna show you the bunny here. That'll be 3 of the 4 animals that have popped in the frame since I started the show. Let's see if I can find her for you. There she is. We got them. We got 3 of the 4. We got the bunny, the kitty, and the doggy. You having a good time today? Wait, your whiskers. All right. I'll let her go run around. Let her run around all day. All right, everybody, have a great day. See ya.